Hello and welcome to another episode of the 9th Hounds Podcast. We're gone for a minute. I was on vacation. I brought Tim back because I had some important things to talk about this week. We have not much gaming stuff, but I did participate in a couple betas, and I wanted to talk about those because I think we mentioned a little bit about the Halo beta before, which the Halo beta was a lot of fun. Very nostalgic to me when I first started playing on Xbox on the 360. I caught up on a little bit of the Halo stuff because I wasn't on for the first Xbox. So it was a great beta. I know Tim hasn't been playing much games, but I do know one thing is everyone wants to know, like, how do you think certain games are going to compare? Now, you played Battlefield 1, correct? The World War One Battlefield, where when you would respawn, you could select the different areas you would respawn into. Remember that one on Battlefield?
Yeah, I mean, I've probably played a total of like 5 rounds on it, so
Okay.
it wasn't that much, and I vaguely remember it.
So it was kind of frustrating game for me because the World War II weapons were kind of and then I was like, how did this guy already get into this? Already get into this airplane and stuff like that. And so we'll go into that. Hello, also to YouTube. As you can see, our backgrounds are very professional. We're gonna post this on YouTube. So Tim, keep looking professional. I can see you looking at your screen right now. There's the thumbs up. Thank you, Tim. But so I played the Battlefield 2042 beta. It was open beta. They did early access for Game Pass and pre-orders, which this is going to be a free game. And one thing I loved about this game was the fact that it felt very fresh, very quick. Mind you, there are glitches, but that's to be expected if it's still super beta. They're not trying to release too much stuff. They were only doing their all-out war, basically. And it gave you 4 classes to choose from that had select achievements. The thing that I'm going to have to get used to with this game is the fact that you select your attachments after you've put the gun into play. So once you select the attachments, it stays that way if you keep that class. At least that's how it's playing now. But what you do is you open up this menu with your gun and you have like a couple options. So you can have, a front grip or a grenade launcher. You can have this sight, or just iron sights. You can have this mag, or this mag. And the other side, it was 3 different barrels. Now, it's advanced enough for me, but I just thought it was interesting because you're selecting it in game. So that was something different. I haven't seen that before where, they let you do that in Warzone a little bit. They took it away for a minute and they brought it back, maybe because of Battlefield. But the one thing I did think was crazy was is you're sitting there and I felt like the mechanics for killing people uh was kind of off a little bit. And that's not the final say in the game. I did see one where Tim the Tap Man actually pulled the guy flying this helicopter out of the helicopter with a grappling hook, and it was just kind of like, wait, what? So that was kind of cool. Which the grappling hook is pretty awesome for setting stuff up. They do have zip lines that felt very Fortnite esque, where you're able to shoot while you're zip lining. And I did like too what was kind of cool if someone comes up the zip line when you're trying to go down, it'll actually cause you to jump off automatically. So you got to make sure you put the parachute out because it has a parachute for you to deploy, same as Warzone. But all around, it was a great beta to play. Now, the question I have is when does the cheating start? The way they have the game set up and the way that Battlefield plays, and you're in different zones, and you're taking different areas, it's hard to say is someone cheating or not because there's no real kill cam. It does tell you what they were shooting when they killed you. Um, it feels almost like a mashup between Warzone, PUBG, and Fortnite in a lot of ways. It's hard. People may not think that, but I personally think that. Um, but the cheating part is the one thing we have to look at because there's already rumors that people are hacking like crazy and they're causing tons of issues. Um, in reality, I don't know how you're going to prove that, especially in a beta. I believe the beta goes through till tomorrow, I think. Today's the 8th, right?
Yeah.
So it goes through the 9th. And, I'm optimistic I won't hold my breath because Warzone still does have a foot up, because when you have a community that's playing, you have to bring someone in. I was lucky enough to find people to play Fortnite with me, so I am playing a lot of solos on Fortnite because I'm learning the mechanics and I'm learning how to do everything at once. And it feels like even though it's a larger map, there's achievements that you're going for. There's stuff that you're going to go do. You can go off in different ways. Warzone's similar, but I just don't feel the same way about it. I don't know why. But what are they going to do to bring people in? I heard that hard point is the one that everyone is supposed to like learn on or something like that. I haven't met too many people who played Battlefield a lot. I am going to later tonight watch Stone Mountain 64, who streams on Facebook. I'm going to watch him and see, what he learned from the beta, what I can learn from him, because that's where he became who he is today, was through Battlefield. So he became the CEO through Battlefield. So I want to kind of see that. Um, and make sure you check out our Discord for guys who are streaming this weekend or streaming in the future Battlefield, because that's one thing I like to do is watch people stream. The Discord link will be in the bio, so you can check it out there. And the self promo tab is where everyone shares when they're streaming. I am going to stick with Fortnite for now. I have played a couple rounds on the new Warzone map, which it's barely anything. It's just a big crack in the ground. Apparently, you're going to run through it. I don't know. Um, the map is ending, and they are doing basically plunder goes away. I think yesterday or today is the last day for plunder until like the 21st, or it's long. So right before they go back to the Halloween event, I think they're bringing plunder back for that. They moved payload, so payload's now at port. So I don't know how that's going to affect anything, but they bring that mode back, and then they have, I think it's rebirth, resurgence, quads and duos, and then the normal BR. The thing though, I have a theory that I want to bring to the gaming community. Now, remember we talked about before Vanguard and the issues with hackers and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, how do you feel about this theory, Tim? You've been quiet because you haven't been playing much, but I have a theory. What if they were allowing people to hack in the beta for Vanguard in the hopes that you'd have people start exposing themselves, seeing what they're hacking, maybe even track the data so they could beef up this supposed anti-cheat, and also make people think that, oh, this anti-cheat's nothing, so they'll do it and then they'll get banned in the process of, the game drops and the anti-cheat, like the best anti-cheat you've ever seen, and all of a sudden you start banning people left and right. Do you think that could be a possibility?
I think so. I think that'd be the best way to go about it. Because then you get everybody hyped. Oh, hey, they didn't do anything. This anti-cheat thing is nothing. Then, like you said, you drop it. And I'd say you would even drop the anti-cheat until maybe a couple weeks into it. Let them get going. And then all of a sudden, okay, here comes, oh, hey, you know what? Our anti-cheat isn't that great. We're going to beef it up and then drop the whole thing. But the only thing is, if it can't just be, just a normal little username ban, because it's free. You're just going to create another account, create another, or use another email, create an email, and come right back on. They got to do something more so, IP ban or something like that. Make it harder for them to come back on to the game after they've been banned.
I think that's a good, the IP. I've seen a couple people post on TikTok saying I was IP banned, but the thing is, I don't know if I can trust what they said, because when I look at it, I'm like, what if this is just a ploy by them to make people think that it's not there? How do you know it's not actually Activision or Raven, paying them? Whoever, I can't remember who's developing this new game because it's just so many companies. But whoever's developing this new one, what if it's just a paid promotion basically to get people to think that there's a huge anti-cheat? And I know people were hacking like crazy. Like I mentioned before, people started hacking supposedly on Battlefield. With Battlefield, it's a little bit more difficult because at one point there's the ships out in the ocean when you're playing, and at one point I started a round and I was stuck in the middle of the ocean. So I mean, like, legitimately all I saw was ships from underground. I couldn't move, couldn't load up, couldn't do anything. So how do you know you thinking getting shot is not maybe just a glitch. That does happen in betas. With Vanguard, though, they've been very quiet. They keep pushing the anti-cheat, but really, we haven't seen nothing. We haven't even heard anything. When the rumors about cheaters came out, they didn't even put out a statement. People are tweeting at them. So, it's one of those things where we're just going to have to experience, I think. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, and with it, it's like anything. As soon as they come out with something, new, or hey, this cheating system, whatever it is, you're gonna have people. That's their sole mission is to how we gonna not necessarily exploit it, but get this cheating and not get caught or whatnot. It's like when they come out with new $100 bills. How long does it take for someone to replicate it perfectly and with it be undetectable? That's just their sole purpose is doing that. And then I was just like, oh, hey, it took, a month and we already got, these counterfeit $100 bills or whatever it is. You're going to have a group of people that's all what they're going to do. And I'm sure with this, hey, we come out with this, big anti-cheat thing. Okay, well, hey, guess what, team? Let's get together and start, see if this works. Oh, no, I got banned. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Oh, I got banned on this. Okay, well, that doesn't work. And just keep narrowing it down and keeping the developers or whoever it is on their toes, because they know that once they find what works the best as far as what cheating there is, then that's going to spread like wildfire and everyone's going to be doing it. Then you got the same problem again. And it's hard because everyone cheats on everything. Well, not everyone cheats on everything, but you always have cheaters on things.
You do,
especially for something that you could pay for, download on your computer, and fire it up, easy. And then fire the game up. There you go, no problem.
It's literally that easy. And I have heard people joke about how they have friends who hack or whatever, and basically what they do is they literally go like a 9-to-5 job. They go there and they work on how to create hacks. They write code and do all that kind of stuff. And if you want to see what it looks like being the cheater, there are some very awesome Twitch streamers who I believe Twitch allows them to do it because they say, look, this is what you see. They'll create a custom lobby so that they're not affecting anyone's KD record or anything like that. And then basically they say, this is what it looks like when someone's cheating with this cheat. But mind you, there's a guy who streams on Facebook Gaming in Spanish, and he literally, all he does is hack. Like, he turns all of his hacks on. You can see his wall hacks. You can see the hack where it shows the person's body in a certain way. It has one that shows in the, like, you'll see like the boxes are a certain color, enemies are a certain color. It literally has every cheat you can think of. And if you watch enough of those videos, you can see, like, I know they say that there's some famous streamer, I don't know if it's Tfue or someone else, they're like, he's hacking. But when you, in reality, like, if you hear footsteps or you have a UAV on and you see a person coming around the building, because a lot of times when you get killed, you forget there's a UAV, whatever, and you start pre-aiming, it's because you see the dot coming across that thing, or you hear the footsteps. There's plenty of times I'll hear footsteps, but they're above me. They're still moving in the same motion that I thought they were, but they're above me. And some people are just better. I'm not gonna lie, better headsets you can hear better sound. You can hear sound a lot better. When I upgraded this headset, it was insane because, like, I was like, I can hear, like, the shooting. You could gauge the distance on how loud it was so much better. So I was like, okay, look, some guys are just better. Some guys play a certain strategy so they know what they're doing. And, it is what it is. Now, do you have a problem? Like, I didn't even know this. When Fortnite first started, they had an anti-cheat and they were banning people for nothing. Like, there was one dude I watched who parachuted in, he flew in, glided in, and he got banned after landing. Like, he this is the first time he's playing the game. So Do we have problems like that? Because I've seen people get banned live on stream who had their ban revoked when they were legitimately just in the right place, the right time, and they're killing people, and people are being babies, and they're reporting them for cheating. And that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, and especially with reporting them is, easy enough. I mean, I play on PC, and I'm sure it's the same thing like on, you know, playing on console too. I mean, it's like 3 clicks and boom, they're reported.
Right.
So it's easy to report them on it, and I'm sure there's not, a guy. I'm sure it goes through some AI stuff first, and then if it, then it maybe goes to an actual person who sees it or whatnot. But if you take the time and, hey, I got banned, I don't know why, and reach out to them, they're
Right.
going to be like, okay, let me look into this. Why are you reaching out to us? If you were cheating, you're not going to reach out to them,
No.
because it's like, okay, well, I can't use that email anymore. Let me get another one and create another account. But if you actually reach out to them, like, hey, what's going on here? Why did I get banned? Like you said, the guy on Fortnite. Hey, I just glided in. I didn't do anything, and I got
Right.
banned.
And
You
that's
know,
the big thing is I know that I've seen we got someone banned one time because it was just beyond obvious how we were being shot through a wall. This is before they had not the tracker, the new one of the newer perks where you can see them when you mark them when you shoot them. And like there was one time when we got shot through a building, 3 of us, all from the same person, go shooting through the wall, different locations. Didn't make any sense. And then when we started watching him and spectating, you could see he was snapping like it was not. It was literally bam, bam, bam. They were going in 7 different directions within a time period of whatever, and they were getting 7 downs in 10 seconds. You can obviously tell they're cheating. One thing I did notice though is I actually accidentally clicked the report button because I set my controller down, and they moved where you report certain things. So the top one now is offensive language. So I don't know if they're trying to stop people who just rage, like, because all you have to do on console is R3, which is pushing the right stick, and then A. R3A is pulls up the cheat report, and then A was the first one that was report a cheater. And I was like, that's kind of easy,
yeah,
a little too easy. And I'm not saying that, because I see some of these guys who stream and they just, especially on BR, you're reporting them the whole time you're sitting there because you're watching them. And I get that. That's understandable. If you see them cheating nonstop, usually the telltale sign is, you know, they're only half the people are left and they've already gotten a 20 kill game. It's like, well, there's only 100 people in the game, so you've killed basically almost every single person that got eliminated. That doesn't make sense. So there's obviously immediate things you would see that going, okay, this person's cheating. So, hopefully this anti-cheat they're working on it will be kind of shared. Like, I don't know why companies don't try that more often, because in reality, when you have people cheating too much, there was a lot of people who left Warzone for a minute and said, no, I'm not going to do this until you guys create an anti-cheat, which kind of backfired because they're like, well, we're working on one for Vanguard. And then everyone's like, okay, we're going to come back, but you better not, lie to us. Excuse me. And I don't know. I feel like the anti-cheat should be like the number one thing. And we've had people brag even on this podcast about Splitgate, and Splitgate had a major hack that required an update, and it was crazy because they like had a full dev team designed or designated for doing anti-cheats, and it was kind of like, well, you failed your job. And there are people out there who their main purpose is, like we said, sit down at a desk, create code, give it to you. And if you haven't seen what it looks like, I definitely suggest you watch someone who promotes hacking, because it's pretty intense, because there's no effort in it. There literally no effort. And when you see a 20 kill game, they legitimately are shooting from across the map almost, not even being close.
yeah. I
So
mean, they're just aiming in your general direction most of the time. Sometimes they're just shooting the ground and it hits them.
Yep, they have an auto lock feature. They have one that they even have one updated now. I saw that guy showed where basically the regular one showed you snapping. So if you had the one cheat for auto lock, and then they had one that basically you would shoot and it would gradually lock on like you were guiding your gun to it. So
Mhm.
they're even becoming more advanced with
Oh
that.
yeah.
And it's they're not cheap too. Some I saw someone make a joke and they're like, "How much did you pay for it?" Because they're teamed up with the hacker, random,
Yeah.
and they're like, "It's like 180, $200." He goes, "So you just paid $200 to get good at a game? That doesn't make any sense." But
Right.
I don't know.
But it makes them feel good. If they could pay the money because they can't do it on their own, well, then there you go.
I mean, I guess it's an option, and I would never take it. I'll just have my low KD record and just deal with it.
Yeah. Well, you
Because
get your low KD, and I just switch and play PGA 2K21 because pretty hard to cheat in that.
now, to end it, this is a shorter one, but we're having fun with this. The one cool thing I did want to talk about was the fact that Nintendo is adding to the Switch online play N64 games. And if you're a part of the group, because I think it's $100 a year that you pay for, not $100, $20, $100. I can't remember what it is. You pay a yearly fee to play the online games, and they're offering a controller that can go with your Switch. That's either an N64 controller or a Super Nintendo controller. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever because when you watch the ads for it and you watch the people talking about it, you can feel like they truly love Nintendo. And I honestly feel like Nintendo is something, I don't know, they're unique. Like they legitimately are invested in it. There's a Super Mario World because it's a character that exists outside of the game itself. So I think them adding all these games, hopefully they have GoldenEye, because if they have GoldenEye, I'm gonna play GoldenEye. But there's a lot of people that like because they wanted the fancier Switch, and instead they upgraded a little bit, but then they went with a cheaper one that doesn't come apart, which is $199 now, and then the other Switch, the newer one, $299. But there's so much innovative stuff coming out for it, and having this downloadable stuff for 64 is going to be insane. And I want that N64 controller for it because it's going to be just great.
Yeah. No. And I saw that too, and I'm like, okay, this is, especially our generation. I mean, growing up having that, whether you're, a Nintendo fan or PlayStation fan or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
um, on it. I mean, everyone remembers, or pretty much remembers if you were around, the N64, like you said, GoldenEye, Star Fox, Mario Kart, all of those games. And now for it to come back and with a controller accessory for it that
Yeah.
is like the old school N64 controller. I mean, that's just icing on the cake. And it's probably, something that I think is if you don't have an N64, it's not like, oh, hey, I got, you know, the Wii or the Switch and I could just, download this retro pack and boom, it's on there. I mean, there you literally have to have the original N64 to play
Right.
those games.
Yep.
So now with this, it's smart on them.
I mean, even with an emulator where you can get the games, it still doesn't feel the same without the controller. So having the
Right.
controller itself is going to make, throwing that baby penguin off the cliff like everyone does in Super Mario. That's going to make everything a lot more fun and nostalgic for us. So,
Right.
um,
And the nice thing is that you don't have to plug in the Rumble pack to it. It should automatically come with one in it, so you don't got that
it,
big old weight in the back.
exactly. No, it's going to be very nostalgic, and yeah, any gamer out there is it's going to be it's going to be a necessary accessory with anyone who owns a Switch. It's going to be you're going to have it.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, but I'm looking forward to everything coming out. Um, I haven't seen any games besides Battlefield that I'm really excited for. But I will say, if you do want to join a gaming community, the 9th War Hounds Discord in the link. We have communities for Fortnite, Rocket League, Apex, and what was the other one? Well, we have Call of Duty, and it includes everything, including Vanguard, Warzone, Black Ops, and what was the other one? And mobile as well. They have a division for all of that. They have a World of Warcraft server. And we also have a lot of fun. They have new designations working. So if the more you talk, the higher you move up. You get colorful little names, a great community. People are always on playing, like legitimately almost 24/7. Someone is looking for someone to play with. And that's the 9th Warhounds is all about. While we also do competitive, they are working on competitive teams for every division. I'm trying to think. I forgot one because we have Rocket League, Apex, Call of Duty, Fortnite, World of Warcraft, and Diablo. And then the boss man, Mr. King Noxie himself, plays Diablo. They had a lot of issues on the whatever they called it, what do they call it? Re-release. I don't even know what they called it. Resurrected. I don't even know. It basically brought the old game up and they basically made it more modernized a little bit, but I mean, if you want to join that community and you want to have fun, we're always in there chatting. We're always in there doing something. We're always promoting each other. I don't believe in follow for follow, but if you want to go in there and post into the self promo section and someone watches you and enjoys it, that's how I believe you get natural progression of bringing people into your community. It's not about, oh, if you follow me, I'll follow you. No, it's about, hey, look, I like your content. I'll follow everyone that posts in there. But if I actually like your content, I'm going to sit there and watch it. I'm going to chat with you. I'm going to help you try and get your goal of becoming an affiliate. 9th Warhounds helped me reach affiliate, and I want to spread the love. So we're going to get Tim back into gaming more soon once his schedule is more relaxed. I'm going to bug him into playing some Plunder and some other stuff like that and have some fun.
Is there like a sports group in that,
There is not. There's no sports group. They do talk about football and stuff like that on the regular chat every once in a while because a lot of them are in different areas, but it's just games. So there's no PGA 2K21 group in there.
Well, I know, but I mean just a sports group, whether it's Madden, NBA, or anything.
We are strictly gaming in there.
The PGA 2K21 is a game.
Right, but they do more competitive type stuff. There are a lot of people who do play Madden and stuff like that, but there's no channel for that yet.
Which is competitive or whatnot.
So. Yes, it is, but there's no channel for that. So, maybe in the future, you never know. But if you guys want to have suggestions, we have a suggestion area too, where if you think, hey, look, this game is up and coming, it's great. We also, as well, that's the one I'm thinking of. We have a New World group that is amazing, which actually you cannot you make your name Jeff Bezos on New World. It's an Amazon game, and you can't make your name Jeff Bezos because it's owned by Amazon. So I thought that was pretty funny.
What? But once if it's GEOFF.
No, it still can't.
So any iteration of Jeff. That's funny.
Yeah, exactly. No variation of either one. So yeah.
Good on him.
So I want to thank everyone for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you all for always consistently coming in. I can see it's been fairly consistent because I can see on my end who's been listening. It's very consistent, the people who do listen. And thank you from the 9th Warhounds as well. And thank you, Tim, for coming through. So I am FOMOcast Chris. So look for me on there. I am the podcast manager. So you will see my title. And hello to everyone on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Let's have some fun. Check out all the other videos we have on here. And thank you guys all for watching, listening, and everything. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.